It feels good. I mean, my body feels great. Arm feels good. Ball's coming out nice, and now we're just honing. Getting things lined up. I'm certainly ahead of where I normally am, and a lot of these guys seem like they're ahead of where we normally are at this point. Everyone's very excited to go out there and pitch. I think, I think our expectations now are just to, hey, calm down. Let's save some stuff for the season. But everybody's looking really great.
How necessary is that with the World Baseball Classic? That's a big part of this, right?
Yeah, I wanted to be at least a week ahead of where I normally am because I know once games start there, it's a little different than spring training games. That would be more like regular season, postseason type stuff. So the adrenaline rush alone, from what everyone's telling me, is like playoff type stuff. So I want to make sure I'm prepared, and I am.
Have you and D-Row talked about like what role you'll have there, how much you'll pitch, what that'll look like for you?
Yep. I'll be a starting pitcher for
Shocking.
the United States. I'm very excited about it.
What does that mean to you? Obviously, you're excited about World Baseball Classic representing your country. What does that mean to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just something I've been waiting my whole life to do. I have loved watching the Olympics since I was a kid, and watching people stand up on the podium with American flag over their shoulders is something I've always wanted to do. Hoist a gold medal for our country in any capacity would be the highest honor.
I know 70 pitches against the Marlins in March, as opposed to 70 pitches against that Dominican Republic lineup. Have you thought about the intensity of doing it earlier than your body's
Well,
used to?
I think, I'm going to try to keep it very simple and just make sure that, because I try to get up for those games to be ready for the season. I really feel like, practicing like you play is important in spring training too. So I would like to think I'll be very close to that normally, but also know that adrenaline is a different thing in bigger games. But I seem to relish those moments. So I'll be ready. I will keep it very simple though, and just make sure I'm executing. You can beat anyone in the world if you execute.
Spring training for me too. Hey Adam, you've seen Willson Contreras wearing blue for many years. What was it like to see him wearing red?
I haven't seen him wear red yet, but I'm looking forward to it. He's been here, but we've been in shorts and t-shirts and stuff until today. So I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it looks beautiful. I'm glad he's here.
A follow-up
Today
question. What excites you about him with your team, knowing that mashing matters in modern baseball?
I'm excited to have him in the middle of our lineup for a few reasons. One, he's gonna make our lineup that much deeper. He's a great hitter. He's got a lot of power. He's got a great approach. He can hurt you at all fields. But I'm glad I don't have to face him anymore. He's a tough out. He was always so competitive out there. He's one of those guys that you love to beat. And then when he's on your team, you love to have him help you beat other people. So we're looking forward to it.
Obviously getting ready for the season and for the Classic, but is there any extra layer of reflection out there over the past couple of weeks, just knowing that this could?
No, I'm just enjoying it. I don't think it's. I think this whole season is going to be about enjoying where I'm at, and I won't have any regrets or wish I had done's. I'll enjoy this season to the fullest.
Was the World Baseball Classic at all a factor for you in coming back to the this year when you're thinking about coming back and pitching and signing with the Cardinals? Was the World Baseball Classic on your mind?
Yeah, I was going to try to do that either way. Whether I was pitching for the Cardinals or just pitching for Team USA.
So Team USA would have been your last team?
Could have been.
Could have been that.
Yeah, could have been. But I'm hoping it's just a nice precursor. We'll follow a gold medal up with a World Series ring. That's the goal.
Adam, your first minor league camp in Atlanta, the first time you went to camp. Do you remember who was around, what people were around the first time you threw a bullpen out there in your first minor league camp?
Yeah.
How many people were out there? How many cameras were there? You know what I mean?
No. Not for me, no.
Was like four guys lined up? What was that scene?
No, it was, I came up in Braves camp.
Right.
And our bullpen sessions were on the back side of the big field there in Orlando,
Disney.
what was that called though?
Wide World of Sports.
Wide World of Sports
Yeah.
complex, yeah. And filled one of those mounds. Leo Mazzoni was the pitching coach. I can remember our conversation after that. I remember John Smoltz watched it and watched Greg Maddox play catch before I went and got on the mound. And, yeah, I remember all the people that were there.
I was just thinking about that in comparison to the dozen guys that watch you through in a day, and there's 50 grand in cameras out there, with track bands and everything else.
I didn't see any of it.
Okay.
I just saw the catcher.
Was that the same? Also, what you saw the first day? That first?
I mean, I know everyone's there. I knew there was a mass of people here and there, but I honestly, when I'm working, I don't really feel like that's there. You know what I mean? I know it's there, but I don't think about it at all. It doesn't factor in.
Have you pitched to Willson yet? I know he's been here a couple times a week. Have you pitched to him?
Yep.
What is there any reaction? Or?
Yeah, he looked great. He looked great. I mean, he's a great catcher. He's got a great arm. Throws a lot of guys out, and we got on the same page right away. It was good. He was moving well. He's a great target. That's the thing. Yadi was always such a great target, and I love throwing the guys that when you get up next to Willson, he's big. He's a big, thick, strong guy, and I love that about a catcher. It makes the target easier to hit mentally.
What did you do anything in the offseason as far as pitches? Because Ollie was talking about how it's clear the sharpness of some of your pitches that you've been searching for, that it's there.
Yeah. Last year I searched all year for my two-seam grip and just couldn't find it. Nothing felt right in my hand. And this year, the very first time I played catch, I went straight to my grip that I always had and felt like home, and I just stayed with that and I hadn't worked on anything other than that grip right there and just really locked that in.
And that gives you a better feel for your cutter too, or is just how it plays
Well,
off
just
of each other?
the finish. I don't know if y'all saw me a couple of times in between throws. I would go down about halfway and work on this little kind of motion that Dusty actually taught me that gets the ball coming off your fingers exactly how you want on that two-seam pitch, sinker pitch. And I've really worked on that because I need that pitch. When I'm locating my sinker and throwing my curveball well, I can be very effective.
Is that so you see the release point, you go halway down,
So you
can
feel the
see it,
release point.
Okay, so you're reaching through it, not
Yep.
to it.
Just
kind of thing.
getting the full extension with your arm with the ball coming off your fingertips in the right spot.
And then you hop behind the mound to throw some to it right there as you warmed up.
That's always part of my routine. Especially if there's a slope going uphill.
Yeah.
When you throw uphill, it forces you to get out over your front leg. So it's a good practice right before you get on the mound.
Adam, now that you've had a little bit of time to work more extensively with Dusty, what's really surprised you about him that maybe you weren't necessarily expecting?
Well, I found this out last year. The first year I didn't really know Dusty's full skill set. I mean, he didn't really feel comfortable coaching to the level he was capable of because he wanted to be respectful to Mad Dog. And so I thought he was just kind of a numbers guy. I didn't know, thought he was kind of like a TrackMan numbers guy, but I've really been impressed with all his anecdotes and pitching things like that. What you saw me do mid-session was something that I'd never done my whole career. He showed me. He's showed me a few things like that. He's really good with mechanical things, but he also understands the analytical side of it. I think he's a great pitching coach. I think he's going to be unbelievable.
Very few players have gotten to check into the exact same facility for as long as you have for spring training. How much do you appreciate that in this area, and just the fact that you're very familiar with, more familiar than anybody could be with the spring training?
Area-wise, yes. Area-wise is unbelievable. Being able to check into the same exact spot with the same carpet and the same shower heads that Ty Cobb showered in. No, they need to update this facility a little bit, for big league standard. We're spoiled brats, we. Out west, they got it really good. People come here and they're like, okay, we're just going to go work here. And that is a good thing, though. That is a good thing. When you come here, there's not about, you don't fall in love with anything inside those doors, really. It's all about work, which is a good thing. It would be nice to have a better spring training facility. I will go on record saying that. And I feel okay about it because I'm old and I'm about to retire. And they can be mad at me if they win.
They're waiting for you to leave too.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think I heard that they were going to update
They're
it.
doing it this spring.
They're doing it this
Just
spring.
for you.
They need to. I mean, there's just so many really unbelievable spots out there that can help guys in different ways. But like I said, as far as coming to work, this is a good place to do that.
Adam,
But I love Jupiter. I love this Palm Beach area. I love it, love it, love it, love it. My wife and I could live here for sure. We love the food here and the people here, and we love the weather here and the beach here. We love this place.
Adam, have you chatted at all with Yadi about the WBC? And
Oh, yeah.
possibly, yeah. What are those conversations feel like?
Well, he wanted me to play on Team Puerto Rico at first, and then I asked him nicely to please don't be trying to tip all my pitches to the hitters, just because you know what my facial expressions or whatever look like on certain things. Told him just relax, sit back and enjoy, and stop trying to get in my head out there, because I already know he's going to try to.
What was it like going in there? I mean, today would have been the day you threw to him all these years.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah,
noticeable?
usually, well, not today. A couple of days from now would be normally. I mean, but
I figured he'd be a World Baseball Classic guy, so he'd be here with you.
yeah, he would have been. He would have been. But Yadi, for the last at least 12 years, Yadi and I have always introduced ourselves to each other after our first bullpen session, and that was something we didn't do. But I did send him a message after the first one I threw to Willson. I'd send him a message saying, I'll miss doing this with you, but I got a new catcher now.
Does it feel different in there? I mean, he's a big presence.
We don't know yet. I mean, not everybody's here yet. We haven't really started. Today was physicals day for, I don't know, 12, 15 guys, but the whole camp's not here yet. I'm sure it'll be different during the season just because he's always been here, It'll be different for Cardinals fans too because he's always been there. I talked to a lot of people who are probably in their low 20s all the way up to 30 that say they can't remember Cardinal baseball without me and Yadi, and so that's a cool thing, but it's going to be a little different when he's not around.
Today, the first day you wore 50.
Yes, we've been short still today.
What else
Do you think, this will sound like a fun question, but also seriously, do you think Nolan Arenado is jealous of Paul Goldschmidt's MVP?
No, I don't think he's jealous. I think he wants one.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think he wants one, and I think he'll probably win one. If not for Goldie stealing all his RBIs last year, he probably would have won one last year. But the way he is defensively and the way he puts the barrel on the ball, he's going to win one.
The relationship between pitcher and catcher, is that as important as, like you and Yadi always said, you knew what he was going to put down before he put it down, and like building that with Willson, how long will that take you to build that with him?
Don't know. Don't know. We'll see. Everybody's different. I think he's going to fit in great. Seems like he's already fitting in really good. Everybody's loving being around him, and seems like he's having fun in there. And usually that happens pretty quick. We'll do a lot of time in spring training. We'll watch hitters together, and we'll talk on the bench, and I'll listen to him how he talks to his pitchers, and when I'm not pitching, and then I'll see how he talks to me when I am pitching, and he'll learn how I talk to him while I'm pitching, and we'll learn each other in spring. That's what spring's for. And then as the season wears on, we'll get more and more comfortable as each other as it goes.
Listen to me, old school saying, put down fingers. That's so archaic, isn't it? Putting down fingers, nobody does that anymore.
What are fingers?
PitchCom, yeah.
That's right.
Are you going to call your own pitches?
I've always called my pitches.
Oh, that's right. Are you going to use PitchCom to call your own pitches?
Can you do that?
Yeah, they're going to test it out for
I
pitchers.
would love to do that.
I saw the tech, like the whatever he showed.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be all on your belt.
Would speed up things sometimes. But Yadi would have shaken me off a few times too.
The catcher.
That would have been a pound of
Wayno, you mentioned learning, the catcher learning the tendencies and things in spring training. Does that kind of speak to the value of Wilson's willingness to kind of forego the baseball classic that he certainly would have been a chance to be involved in? What does that say about just how bad he wants to win here and be part of what you guys are going to do?
Yeah, that says a lot because that he would have been a part of a great Venezuelan team that definitely could have used him. But he told me right away, I said, are you going to play WBC? Right after he signed, and he said, no, I want to be here, learn on my guys so that we can build a good rapport. And that meant a lot to me. And then I told him, all right, cool, I'm going to the WBC, but I appreciate you doing that with all the other pitchers. But I do think that's really, really neat.
your teammate Tommy Edmond and Lars Lupa will represent South Korea and Japan. I'm sorry, my
It's okay.
What do you think about that?
I think they're
how do you
great
feel?
players,
Yeah.
and they're going to help those teams. I wish they were playing for USA, but I understand their history and their family history, and I understand how that makes them proud to part of their families to be able to go and represent those great countries too. So they're going to have fun though, and it's going to be a great experience. You know, playing in those kind of atmospheres are only going to help their careers along. So I'm excited to see them play. I'm excited to hopefully beat them, and then win a gold. Well, hey, we're competing against them. You know, they're better. But both those teams are very great. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So we're going to have to play well. But they're exciting players. They're going to help them.
When do you leave? Do you know?
6th, I think. March 6th.
Yeah.
So first workout's the 7th.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a pretty good run. I mean, I'm talking here to get ready.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll have several starts here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the PFBs and normal practice stuff. I'll get in on the way. So.
Does PFP get weird with the new first base? You see, like, I don't know, does that change?
I didn't even think about it. I already took PFP today. I didn't even think about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Nothing I have to worry about. You know,
Yeah, covered.
is the plate wider?
I don't think
Because
so.
that would be great.
It is for you.
If the plate's wider, then that helps me. First base being wider doesn't change anything I do.
Not even
Seems like a
20 or
safety
30
thing. You should
bats
bring it
might
up.
get this year.